When it comes to the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, the show may not be the most popular anime in Japan or the US, especially since the US version, it was dubbed by 4Kids, and 4Kids doesn't have the most creative takes, I would say, in any anime changes. I mean, the words are always changed, the characters' names are always changed, the situations always changed, and they did a lot of changes with Yu-Gi-Oh! Along with One Piece and Pokemon, and yeah, just the fact that they changed Yu-Gi-Oh! So much is one of the reasons why I do not think that it's as popular as it could have been in the US. One thing that is for certain is that there's always gonna be arguments between a line between which is better, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, and that's how it was with me and my sisters growing up. I always preferred Pokemon, or Yu-Gi-Oh! They always preferred Pokemon. And then you had the anime Duel Masters, and with like the character Shobu and the whole thing like that. I do love the fact that it was trying to be its own thing, but it was like clearly like cheapened version of Yu-Gi-Oh! The dub did have some amazing lines to it that would break the fourth wall. I especially love one of the main character, his name is Knight. I love how he asks if the camera is really freaking close at one point. I just love the fourth wall breaks in that show. It was awesome. But Duel Masters didn't do as well as Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. It was still a great show.
Man, is it me or is that camera way too close?
Even though Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon do have a lot of similarities, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Completely copied Pokemon with the capsule monster thing, I will say there is one thing that I don't know why I almost keep saying Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh! Does better than Pokemon, and that is their movies. I was like 9 years old when the very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie came out, Pyramid of Light, and then I was probably like 19 or something when the next movie came out, Bonds Beyond Time, and then we got The Dark Side of Dimensions. All of them are great movies with great villains and great stories. I love that Kazuki Takahashi, he took place in every movie. He had a say in like the animation and the monster design and everything. It's only been up to like, I think, Reigns, and like from Reigns onward, like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 onward, he's had no say in like the animation and stuff. Not just because he's dead, but I think he kind of like took a step back. But with Yu-Gi-Oh! The original Yu-Gi-Oh! With Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and from that point upward until Reigns, him having say in it, I think with the movie Bonds Beyond Time, it just shows what a great masterpiece that Kazuki Takahashi was able to bring to the table, to bring such enjoyment of battling monsters to fans of anime. What I love about these Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies are the villains in these movies. Like, the villains in this don't seem to always have the same goal to destroy the world, or if they do, it's in like different creative ways. Like, or like villains through the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Like, they have different ways to either like enslave humanity. Some want to destroy the world, others want to prove that they're better than others. Like Pegasus from the original series, I don't think he necessarily wanted to destroy the world. He wanted Yugi's Millennium Puzzle, all the Millennium items, but his goal was to bring his dead wife back to life with the technology from Kyle Corp and with the magic and Millennium Puzzles. And then you got Merrick from season 2. He wanted to rule the world. But Noah Kaiba, he just wanted to prove that he was better than Seto Kaiba. I love that the villains in Yu-Gi-Oh! They each have their own goals, and their objective is different every time, which I really like. And with the movies, it's no different. I mean, with Pyramid of Light, it's a villain that wants to destroy the world. Anubis, he wants to destroy Atem so he can take over the world with his army of monsters. With the Dark Side of Dimensions, you got Aigami, or Diva, who he wants to recreate the world without evil people, basically destroy it, but in a cool way. And then with the movie I want to talk about, Bonds Beyond Time, you have Paradox, who he is planning on destroying the world of Duel Monsters, so the world isn't destroyed by people playing Duel Monsters. I think that was the goal of Paradox. That was why the world was destroyed, because of Duel Monsters, the game being created. But it's kind of cool that he's using Duel Monsters to create a world without Duel Monsters. In my opinion, that's pretty cool. So, I'm not gonna go through the whole story of Bonds Beyond Time, but it's kind of cool. Like, the whole story to it is pretty cool. Its premise, I love. Like, the story is supposed to be set during the timeline of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. And so, what's really cool is that in 5Ds, like, the world is being destroyed, and Yusei, with the power of the Crimson Dragon, he's able to travel through these different points in time through Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. And eventually, Yusei is able to run into the other main characters. We got Jade and Yuki from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, we got Yugi Moto from the original, and together, the three of them, they take on the main villain of the movie, Paradox. I already said this before about the villains, but I think Paradox is probably the coolest villain for this movie, with his goal of trying to destroy the world of Duel Monsters before Duel Monsters can destroy the world. And I love the way, like, he does accomplish his goal by killing Maximilian Pegasus, or Pegasus J. Crawford, in the actual series. In the actual manga, that's what it is. In the sub, that's his name. Anyway, he actually doesn't, but I love the way he first attacks Japan. And in the dub of Pegasus, like, when the Duel Monsters are attacking the city, and Pegasus just goes, "It's my worst fear. I've been upstaged."
It's my worst fear. I've been upstaged.
Anyway, Yugi, Jaded, and Yusei, they all meet up at this one point and challenge Paradox to this one duel. Like, Paradox is still in Yusei's Stardust Dragon, that's why Yusei's trying to get it back. And Paradox has this ability to take these cards and to make them like a dark version of those cards. Like Stardust, Maleficent Dragon, different dragons like that, evil versions of them, which is pretty cool. But the duel itself is honestly kind of weird. Like, if I remember right, the duel starts out with Yusei. It goes like Yusei, Jaden, Yugi, then Paradox, then Yusei, It doesn't seem fair. It's like a one-sided duel in turns. Like, I think it should at least go like Yusei, Paradox, Jaden, Paradox, Yugi, Paradox, back to Yusei. But Paradox holds his own in the duel, so I'm not gonna complain. It's kind of fun throughout the duel to see these three major characters from their own series dueling together, to see their own different dueling tactics, to see how they can work together to come up with these strategies to beat Paradox. And when Yusei first summons his Synchro monster in defense mode, just Yugi's reaction is awesome. He's just like, Synchro, what?
Secret what?
It's also cool to see these monsters return, and just like the way that they use these monsters, like there's parts where Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, they actually talk in this, so that's pretty cool.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to be a real trick for us to come out on top here.
Well, perhaps. But remember, as magicians, there is no trick that we can't pull off.
We also get to see Paradox use these monsters from the original series. Like, there's points where he uses Red Eyes Black Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon, and he turns them into like the dark side versions of those dragons. It's cool to see all these cards from these different series be put on the dueling playing field. It's really cool. So Jaden and Yugi, they're totally like in sync with each other because GX, like, the only different thing with GX was that it uses polymerization, otherwise it's basically the same dueling style. And then you got 5Ds, which is completely different with its synchro summoning and tuner monsters. But what I love is that we get this, like, total emotional contact, emotional scene with Yusei and Yugi, because Yusei's like, Yugi, if Stardust Dragon needs to be destroyed, then destroy it. And we get this like total bro moment between Yusei and Yugi. But what I love is that during the duel, like, Yusei completely ignores Jaden. Almost through the whole movie after they first meet. I think after they first meet, they talk to each other like 2 or 3 times. But after that, Yusei just completely ignoring Jaden, which I don't blame him. I mean, I would hate Jaden if I met him in real life. I didn't like him in GX, so I don't blame Yusei for ignoring him.
No homo. Yes. No homo indeed.
Anyway, at the end of the duel, Yusei is able to give back his Stardust Dragon, and we have this awesome main Ace Monster team-up thing with Yusei using Stardust, with Yugi using Dark Magician, and Jaden using Neos. And it's kind of ironic, they're like, you see, with light, the dark will never be destroyed. And they attack with this attack called, like, Dark Scepter Blast. So it's kind of ironic. They say the dark will never be able to conquer the light when they conquer the dark with a dark named attack. I thought that was kind of ironic, but it's super cool to see these monsters do a triple team up on the main villain. So, I gotta give it a pass, because it's pretty cool. So, the movie ends, like, Paradox blows up, the world goes back to normal, and goes back to a time before Paradox attacked Pegasus, so everyone's in Japan and Tokyo probably having a good time, and Pegasus is being his diva self. He's like, it truly must be an honor for you all to be so close to me.
It certainly must be a dream come true for you all to be so close to me.
It ends with Yusei taking Jaden back to his original time, and then he goes back to his own time, and it just ends with Yusei saying now that the city's safe, they can move forward, and it's not just the game that he loves, but it's also the friendships he's made through the game. And then it ends, which, it's a good message. It's just saying that through games, people come together to create forever bonds. So, yeah, I thought I had a good ending to it. Plus, in the credits, it has all 3 Yu-Gi-Oh songs. It starts out with the original, then goes to GX opening, and then it has the 5Ds opening. So, it was cool to see this whole collab come together for this movie. I enjoyed it. Anyway, yeah. Did I think Bonds Beyond Time was a good movie? I did. I thought it had a good, fun story to it. Had a great villain. Besides Diva, Paradox was enjoyable to watch. Anubis, he was okay in Pyramid of Light. I mean, he really only appears in the last 20 minutes of the movie. Diva, he's fun, like, he is a creative character. I like him a lot. You can tell he's an evil, troubled spirit teenager. He's really cool. Dark Side Dimensions is a great movie, but this was another great Yu-Gi-Oh movie, and really cool to see all these generations of Yu-Gi-Oh come together. I liked it. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for you. Thanks for watching it. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh as much as I do, please let me know what you thought of the movie yourselves. Also, if you made it this far, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you next time.